it's kind of hard to pinpoint actually when the damage began to occur, but the fire started on, I think it was September 6th. And I remember seeing it start because I was driving to Costco and I could see a plume of smoke up in the mountains, and I figured they're going to jump on that real quick. And that, you know, a million acres later, they didn't. So by the time the fire took hold and burned to within about 1,000 feet of our house, the smoke saturation was so heavy that cars were driving down Foothill Boulevard at noon with their lights on because the automatic lights detected that it was too dark to see. Because when I walked back in here after we were out of the house for a week to retrieve some items, we were staying at a friend's house, I walked in here in the front door and it was just exactly like sticking your face in a giant ashtray.
Found Allied through social media and contacted them and just asked for advice. And so first thing they told me was to keep the windows closed, keep the air running, and so that was helpful. And they gave me some further tips and said that, you know, when things calm down a little bit, that they can come out and take a look at the house. And so it was nice to just have that information. And then as soon as I did actually have someone come out to the house, everything was handled very professionally, and I really felt like we were in good hands.
Yeah, they're very thorough. I was in the back of my mind, although I didn't want to have to go through this. We're both lawyers, and I do construction defect litigation and deal with industrial hygienists and mold remediation and all that stuff, and expert witnesses. So actually, I was kind of looking forward to seeing how this gets handled in the real world, and I was impressed.
Definitely a 10. I gave them the highest rating that I could. So yeah, 10 plus.
I don't really have anything to compare it to, but Marlon and Dana were fantastic. They were knowledgeable, articulate, helpful. You know, they did everything that they could, and it was apparent to us that they were doing everything that they could for us.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Marlon was here during the actual work and just preparing for it. And Dana was here from the very beginning and worked very closely with both of us and just really made a big difference. Yes, definitely. We have recommended Allied to people. A neighbor of ours came over and asked if we had damage to our house, and we told them that we did. And we discussed it, and we gave him your name, Allied's name, and he did in fact contact Allied because Dana told me, and we'll continue to do that.
Take the initial recommendation for the scope of work with a grain of salt and carefully consider whether it all really truly needs to be done, because it's very expensive work. I had complete faith in the people that were running this show, so I have only good things to say.
I would say you know, it's a scary experience to go through a wildfire, and a lot of Californians are dealing with it. So the best you can, try to seek the help of others, because there are people that can help, and it was very helpful. I was glad that I did call to get help, because at the time we really didn't know if our house was gonna still be here, and if so, what to do about the situation with the air quality, which was really horrendous. And so reach out, ask for help. There are people out there like Allied that can help you, and try to stay calm because it's really necessary when you go through a wildfire.